What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back to our review of Legendary Season 1, Episode 2. Now, this episode, it is more like an actual ball where there are different categories that people are walking in, and someone does get chopped and goes home. So, the ball's title is Once Upon a Time. So, everything is connected to fairy tales. Everything has a fairy tale theme to it. So we have our same judges, but we also have a guest judge this week who is Tyson Beckford. Those of you who grew up when I grew up, y'all know who Tyson Beckford is. He's a fine ass model, honey. Yes. So he was there as the guest judge. Now, and because someone is being chopped at this time, we get to see the process. So the process is this week they have wands. I'm sure there's a theme connected every week, but they have wands this week, and of course if they doing this, that's a 10, and they doing that, that's a chop. And there is no in between. Either you are a 10 or you are chopped. So there are no 5, 6, 7, or 8s. And so I feel like, I don't know, like that's like cutthroat. Like that's deep. That is so deep. So the first one is the Rapunzel effect, and that is voguing with hair. You got to swing your hair. Now listen. There were 3 or 4 categories, so I can't get into every little this, and that. They are working with with Tanisha Scott, who is a very renowned choreographer, and they also will be working with the people doing their costumes. Are people who've done costume design for Beyonce, and I think it was Rihanna, and so forth and so on. I didn't get their names, but they're also very well renowned. Now I'm not crazy about the whole either. It's because the other thing is, if one judge chops you, then that's it. Now, y'all know that might be how it's done in ballroom, so I can't be mad about it. I'm pretty certain that's how it's done in ballroom. But there were a couple of times where I was like, "Oh, they got chopped? What?" But look, that's how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles, and they're used to it. These are people who walk in balls all the time. Like they're definitely used to it. So. We start with Saint Laurent. He came out with a red mohawk. Personally, I think he should have been chopped, but he wasn't. He got 10s. Next house was Ninja. This young lady, she's the Asian young lady, walked for them, and she has the blue long hair. I don't know if it's a wig or not. I'm pretty certain it's not a wig, but it don't matter. She was whipping that thing, and she got 10s. Gucci walked with his own hair. He had dreads, and he walked with his own hair, and he got 10s. Ebony, the House of Ebony, they actually did a reveal. The person walking for them came out in this red wig with like a braid, and then they revealed a blonde wig underneath, and so I thought that was cute. That was a reveal. That's the only one that did like a reveal like that. So I thought that was cute. Escada had the hair on their hands and was whipping the hair on their hands. The judges were not impressed with that. I believe they got chopped. Balmain got chopped. West chopped. And what was that other house? Levon. They had the hair, but they were also flipping, honey. They was a flip, dip, blip, blip, blop. So then they had to, go against each other, battle against each other. So it was Laurent versus Ninja. And I told you guys, Ninja was doing the whole blue head to the floor thing. So she moved forward. Laurent got chopped. Then there was a 3-way where it was Levon, Ebony, and read my own notes. Anyway, it came down. Levon won, so I think it was. Anyway, it don't matter. I think it was Gucci, but anyway, it don't matter. Levon won, and it came down to Levon versus Ninja, and I agree. I think Ninja should have won that because, like I said, she was whipping that blue hair, and that thing was to the floor, and she was whipping that all over the place, honey. She was wiping up the floor with that hair. So I was here for Ninja. I was here for Ninja winning that round. The next round was Face, Mirror, Mirror, and of course, Face is. They're looking at your actual face, your bone structure, your skin, your teeth, all of that. So it is basically just a beauty contest. Um, um, Levon came out tens. West chopped, honey. Gucci tens. Ninja chopped. I said, oh, the House of Ninja got chopped. Ebony tens. Balmain, whatever, chopped. Escada chopped. The judges wasn't playing, honey. Laurent tens. So then it came down to Levon versus Gucci. Levon moved forward. Gucci got chopped. Then it was Saint Laurent versus Ebony. Now let me tell you something. The guy named Christian, he was face for Saint Laurent. That mofo was gorgeous. But y'all know I love Erica from the House of Levon. I love Erica. I think she is gorgeous. So anyway, it came down to Levon versus Saint Laurent. It came down to Christian versus Levon, and they gave it to Christian. But I can't even be mad because Christian he is gorgeous, and he said that is his category. He walks face all day, every day. So I can't even be mad. Okay. The third category was runway. It was 3 fab mice instead of 3 blonde mice, but it was runway, and it was 3 people, and they had to be in total synchronicity, I guess. Is that a word? And they had to be in step. Now, honestly, I feel like this whole category was sloppy. I just, there wasn't one house that totally wowed me. And the few that I did sort of like, they chopped. So I was like, well, I guess I don't see something. But, it was one of those things where they were looking for that perfect in step. That choreography, you had to be in perfect step. And if you were sloppy, they chopped you. So, honey, let me just go on down this list because a whole lot of people got chopped. Saint Laurent, chopped. Balmain, chopped. Ninja, chopped. Ebony, chopped. West, chopped. Gucci, chopped. It came down to Levon versus Escada. And I'll be honest with you, I thought Levon got chopped. But they ended up going against each other. Now, there was a dust-up at this point with the judges. LaRouche, who is sort of like the Simon Cowell of this, in my opinion, he's sort of playing that role of the Simon Cowell. He's very direct, and even borderline rude sometimes. But he brought up a very good point. He said the category was mice, 3 fab mice. And he said none of these people have costumes that look like mice or anything referencing that whole category. Like Levon will wear like these Beyonce inspired, like the suit with the big hat, almost like, what was that? Y'all know that song I'm talking about with Beyonce with the big hat, child. And then Escada, they were dressed up like cars. They looked like they were from Alice in Wonderland, not the 3 blind mice. And a couple of the other groups that got chopped at least they were in costume. And so he was like, listen, I'm here for my fashion eye. And I feel like if there's a category, they were on point with the category, they should stay. He wanted to bring them back. And so then he got into it with the other judge who actually is legendary in the balls that walk, and she was like, nah, I don't care whether they are in costume or not, they were sloppy, they were not in step, they were missing steps. And that's it. Like, if you didn't you didn't stay on point, then that's it. Naomi Maldonado, she was like, listen, I don't care if they dressed up like mice or not. If they came out here and they were sloppy and they weren't in step, I don't care. So at that point, then the MC had to take over. And the MC said, listen, we're going to stick to the rules. And the rules are, if you are chopped, you are chopped. We're not going to start bringing people back and giving people second chances. That's it. You chopped, you chopped. And so they moved on. And it was West versus I'm moving ahead of myself. So, Lavin ended up winning. It was Lavin versus Escada, and they ended up winning. So then they called out all of the and I want to say, was it West whose hair came all the way off during the The Vogue category, I think it was West. I think it was West. I mean, he went to go flip his head and the whole damn wig came off. Honey. Anyway, and y'all know that's an automatic chop. He didn't even say, he just picked up his wig and walked off stage. He knew that was just an automatic chop. Now, for Legendary House, you know, they bring all the house mothers out and they decide who's going to get the Legendary House for the week. And the winner was House of Levon, which I know that I'm loving them. I'm kind of, you know, for right now, that's who I'm pulling for. I really love them. They won for the week, but the bottom was West versus Balmain. So they have a Vogue off, and so the house mother or father gets to pick somebody to do the Vogue off. So the house of Balmain, I believe his name, it started with a J. He said, I think it was either Jared or Jarrell, but anyway, he was like, I'm gonna do it. And then the house father for West, he called one of his children out, and Balmain, Jarrell, I want to say Jay. We're gonna say Jay because I don't want to say his name wrong. He got so emotional. You know, you could see that he definitely felt it, and he was very emotional about it. And they did their thing. You know, they were voguing down and all that good stuff, and it came down to, you know, the judges had to vote. And LaRouche and Megan were both like, listen, the emotion that I'm seeing off of Jay, I just can't, you know, he is really here. He really loves his kids, and he is just really, I can't, you know, like he's giving me that passion. So you know, tipped it to him. Tyson and Maldonado tipped it to Wes. So the tiebreaker was Jarrell, and she tipped it to Balmain. So they get to stay. They called it the Redemption Vogue. They get to stay, and West got chopped. So again, that's episode 2. I'm not sure when the rest of these episodes drop, but I will be here, honey. I am loving this show. Okay, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.